I believe that civic education is one of the areas that we really need to focus on in our elementary, middle, and high schools. My concern rested on the fact that I know that a lot of elementary schools are really feeling pressure to implement civics courses and social studies courses because of interventions that they're having to be mandated by the state and to put into place, and it pushes the social studies out of the curriculum. Last year's gubernatorial race in California was the lowest voter turnout in the history of the state, and according to the statistics, the highest number of percent of people that voted were those that were 80 years and older. The worst voter turnout were naturally from the younger generation, ages 18 to 25, and fewer than 20% of that age group turned out to vote. And that's really a concern for me, because this is the next generation of leaders that are stepping up into our communities, our state and national level. And we need those youngsters in that generation group to be involved and to be informed as citizens. And it's one thing to vote, but you need to be informed so that you know what you're voting for.
Service learning is an experiential, hands-on type strategy that gets young people involved. Part of involvement and understanding service that is needed in the community is doing needs assessment and understanding not only what's needed in the community, but also public policy, how to get things changed, and how to be engaged as an active citizen.
It's absolutely critical. Our country, our form of government, actually our entire society is built around people being involved, people caring, people being informed, and people getting involved in things. We have this government that's of and by and for the people, and won't work without the people. The people have to care, they have to be interested, they have to be informed, and then they have to be involved.
What we decided to do here locally was form a collaborative. We call it the Civic Education Collaborative, and it has members from the university, Cal State Stanislaus. We also have board members from local districts. Our mission as the collaborative is to encourage, support, and empower students and other members of the community to be active, responsible, and thoughtful citizens. I mean, we really want young people, as well as adults, to know that civic engagement is about them having a voice in their community, about them making a difference, that we really want to engage and empower young people, that we want to expose youth to civic opportunities. We want to allow youth to have a voice and to have adults hear them.
Engaging students in civic education and teaching them the concepts of community is the goal of Project Citizen. The curriculum-based program is geared towards students and youth groups and helps promote competent and responsible participation in local and state government.
One of the programs that we really enjoy using is a program called Project Citizen. That is a program of the Center for Civic Education. And this is a process where students do a needs assessment, figure out what is needed and what could be looked at or corrected in their community. They learn about public policy, about what piece of government they should be talking to about changing, modifying, or even writing public policy for. So they're learning public speaking skills, writing skills. Oftentimes they're writing letters to editors or to their local politicians. In getting young people civically engaged, it kind of turns them on to what government is and to understanding what it means to be a citizen of the United States.
The students who we deal with at Empire Elementary live in a very narrow, with a very narrow perspective on the world. We have over a 90% poverty rate and a huge mobility rate. And a lot of our kids really have limited exposure to the rest of the world. And this provided a fair number of kids with an opportunity to see how the real world operates when it comes to trying to create change either on your school campus or in the community around the campus.
Our main problem became green waste going out of the cafeteria. And the kids went and did a survey for about 2 weeks in November. They went and actually counted how much garbage was coming out of our cafeteria.
As they peeled away at the layers of policy, they started to uncover quite a few things that had just happened around them. They lost their apathy. And I think that that was the main thing. They learned to ask questions, appropriate questions, instead of just complaining. Why is this so? How can we fix this? What can we do?
We did a survey and we realized that we wasted like a lot of food and styrofoam.
And we're going to teach the kids to throw their vegetables and fruits in the green garbage can and the rest in the black one.
We now have 30 students who are pretty well equipped to take on a problem in the community, know the process, know who are some of the contact people out there, but also have a realization of how slow the process really is. But having seen it through start to finish, they understand that if you have the commitment to make the change, you can make pretty good progress towards that goal.
The students had the opportunity to visit with Senator Jeff Denham at the state capitol. He introduced our Project Citizen Task Force from the Senate floor, which was absolutely fabulous.
I liked when we went up to the Capitol and when we came into the assembly, it said, "Welcome Empire Elementary." That was kind of cool.
I think that they find that elected officials are real people, that we like to walk through the process with them, that we don't have all the answers and we need each other to make good decisions.
So with this effort and in our work with the Civic Education Collaborative, I think we really can have an opportunity to really help students as well as adults get more involved in their community and get more civically engaged.
And my concern is that our young people today have the idea that democracy is taken for granted, that they just assume that the freedoms that we enjoy just happen to us. And they need to know that it's something that they have to work at and they have to be involved and engaged as citizens regardless of their age for democracy to continue and to prosper.
Another program under the Civic Mission of Schools, Community. This program recruits and encourages teens to take more of an ownership role in their community.
You know, one of the interesting things I think that we've seen at the paper, we tend to, there's a lot of things that say, you know, young people aren't interested or they're turned off by, you know, by politics or by the system or things like that. But we actually see quite a bit of examples of kids actually caring about issues. We have these, the young letter writers on Saturdays, which are letters to the editor from young people. And it's amazing the issues and things that they raise, things that are really important to them. And then some of the things that happen in our Buzz section that the teens write about, you can tell that there's a lot more depth and they think and care about things a lot more than we might give them credit for.
Communication is critical in identifying problems and concerns among teens in our community. One of their biggest concerns is how teens are projected and sometimes stereotyped by the media.
I think the problem with it, that's the problem. A lot of teens don't know what's out there for them to voice, you know, to have their voice heard.
Let's kind of run with that theme for a minute. We've been talking kind of a lot about the things the media does to portray teens or different things. What can you guys as teenagers in Modesto do to reshift, I guess you could say, the focus on youth in the media?
A lot of kids are in clubs like Interact and Youth Commission and do care about learning about their community and helping people out.
We are an example to the students on what we can do as a community, that they can participate in government, and that I want to see us be proactive and educate our students in what the freedoms and liberties and responsibilities that we have as thoughtful citizens. And I'm hoping that as we do that, they will want to get involved in their own communities, whether that be their school or their neighborhood, and then hopefully in the future they'll also become voting citizens.
These are just a couple different opportunities that we've done. I mean, we really look at different programs that are going on within our community that really have an opportunity to enhance and promote civic engagement.
Our free society that we live in is dependent on all of us in contributing and being responsible citizens. And I just can't impact the importance enough upon people of their role that they play in assuring that we will continue to live in a free society. It's just very important. And the way they do that is they become informed as citizens and they become caring people that understand issues in their schools, within their communities, and the state. And with that in mind, then we can continue to be a great and prosperous country.